Hey everyone, this is Chrono. I want to make a video today showing you guys Raider's aim map and some things you can do in here to improve your aim. This is kind of just a practice routine that I've been following, and I've noticed a lot of improvements in my aim, so I wanted to make a video kind of showcasing how I practice my aim, what you can kind of do to use this as a tool to help you get better. So if you want the code, it's up at the way top of the screen, 6531 5731 1207. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to be doing all of these like as long as I would, of course, when I'm practicing. I'm just going to kind of do a basic run through of all of them and kind of show you guys what to do. So when you first spawn in, you're going to be here. When I practice, I go through all of these in order, just down like that. What we're first going to start off is here. When you load into all of these, what you're going to see is a timer here. I always recommend doing a 1 minute timer. Now for the sake of video, I'm not going to do 1 minute of playing through all of them. Like I said, I'm just going to be doing like a brief showcase on what to do. But when you're actually practicing, 1 minute will be the best. I found if you do 3 minutes, it kind of gets boring after a minute. And what I like about this, for the 1 minute, it's just 1 minute. It's kind of fun. And it keeps you focused instead of getting bored and distracted, where you can actually focus on practicing. So for the first drill, grab a combat, and I'm going to be explaining everything while I do it, just so it kind of makes sense. So you're going to grab a combat, you're going to hit start. You're going to be in this cone battle with the AI. The reason you want to grab a combat is it's going to be helping with shotgun clicks and staying on target. This is all you do. Now we're going to go back. And then for the next practice, you want to do this twice. Some of these you're going to repeat. Some of them you're not. So like for this one, you would repeat it. Then you're going to grab this SMG. Start it. And then what this is going to help with is your SMG tracking. You're not going to be doing it for aiming. You're going to be only hip firing. This is going to help obviously with hip fire accuracy when you're tracking. Like a build fight, you don't have time to aim down and try to line up the shot. And when I go through these, you might think it's not much. I've been doing this for 20 to 30 minutes a day, and my aim has been probably the best it's ever been. So this definitely does help. So yeah, with that, you're gonna do combat and SMG, 1 minute each. So now we're gonna go back. A lot of these are kind of the same thing. So like now this one with ramps, you're gonna do the same concept. You're gonna start off. If I could fucking grab it. The combat. 1 minute, start. That's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna use combat for a minute. Then you're gonna use an SMG to practice the hip fire for 1 minute. Simple as that. Like I said, these are all pretty similar. They're all just aim duels. This one's the flat area, which is nice. And this one, he'll jump around, and this is good for build fight practice. Someone's jumping, making unpredictable movements just like this. You'll learn how to track your crosshair on them. Then we're gonna go back. Same with this as well. This one is pretty good actually for obviously low ground practice. That's why it's called that. You're gonna stay down here, and you're gonna shoot them from up here. They will jump from ramp to ramp, and like I said, it's all just practicing your sensitivity. That's why, like, you're gonna use like an SMG, or you're gonna use combat guns that aren't in the game anymore. It's all for kind of getting your sensitivity down and building muscle memory. So we got that one done. Same thing. I did that. So then glider tracking. Going to this one. This is one of the drills that you're gonna do once, and then go on to the next one. One thing I will say is regarding Chapter 5, how they've added bullet drop for ARs. You'd think a practice like this wouldn't benefit you much because the aiming mechanics aren't the same anymore. You'd have to leave like over here and lead a shot. But this is actually still beneficial because this is a lot of like muscle memory practice for your sense. And even like this will help because you're learning your sensitivity for aiming. You're gonna learn how much you need to move, and for mid to sort of close range with an AR, this is still going to benefit you. And really just anything where you're using your aim down sense, even with the SMG kind of close quarters, it's still going to help, you know, build muscle memory up for what you need to do. Bounce tracking, I like this one a lot. This is good for hip fire aim. You're just going to have targets bouncing all throughout. I just pick one, track it. Like I said, you want to do all these for a minute. You know, with these, you're going to be doing them for technically 2 minutes. One with the SMG, one with the shotgun. AR tags, long range. This, I just grab a SCAR. I just leave this on the default. You're going to just practice, you know, using first shot accuracy. Just trying to hit the target. So just quick reminder, anything where you're going to be doing shotgun and SMG, obviously you do twice. And if it's just for AR/tracking, do it once. So now AR tracking, long range. This one's a little bit more difficult because you're moving. See here, you're moving. You gotta, you know, keep on the target. One thing I would focus on when I do this, instead of trying to do like tap fire, tap fire, tap fire like that, just spray. Try to keep the center of your crosshair on them. That's what I focus on. Because, you know, we're not going for kills or try to be flashy. This is simply just practice. This one, I actually don't like this one. This one I would say depends on your setup. Like for me, I'm on console and I play on a low sensitivity. So for something like this, to be able to kind of track this like smoothly, it is kind of difficult on controller, and being on a low sense to, you know, try to turn and hold on to it. But it still is good practice, of course. It's going to help with crosshair placement and things like that. But that's one I don't personally do. This one I like. You're going to get a combat once again. And this is all just for shotgun flicks. Just do that on these orbs. Go back. Same thing kind of for this as well. You're just going to be shooting orbs. But this time it's from low ground to practice with kind of that angle where you don't have like full movement. And when you're first starting off, don't obviously try to go for, you know, big flicks like this or anything flashy. Just kind of slowly start off at first, learn muscle memory, try to build that. High ground tracking, this is one where I don't like it on console. And the reason for that is because they kind of just, you know, like this one gets selected. And I mostly end up hip firing. This is something where you'd want to obviously aim down, but my sense is very low and I can't track them fully. So this is really only useful if you're on high sense or keyboard mouse. But you could use it for hip fire. Smooth bot, this is one I also don't like for controller. At least low sense. This bot will just kind of randomly shoot up and down. And this is good practice if you can keep up. The reason I can't is just because my sense is really low. And it's very random, so sometimes he'll drop down here, he'll kind of shoot off and be like that. You know, my sense is too slow, I can't track him. But if your sense is high enough to where you can track him, I'd go ahead and practice that. Bounce 360, this is a pretty good one. For all the shotguns, like any shotgun one, you always grab the combat. Reason is, if you take like a pump, you know it's going to take a while between shots. You could use attack, but I found the combat to be the best. And with this, you're just going to have a bunch of bots kind of jumping around. You got to learn how to track and, you know, click on them and just get the muscle memory down for in-game. Reactive flick, this one I found to be kind of glitchy sometimes, but when it works, it is pretty good practice. You know, you're going to look around, you're going to find this, shoot it. Same thing, shoot it. This is good for in-game scenarios because, you know, obviously if you know, it's early game. Someone might just kind of run up on you. You gotta learn how to just kind of be able to flick. Like I said, sometimes it does glitch. The orb actually won't spawn, but it's kind of a rare thing, and this is good practice. Gonna go back. Glider track in close range, also one of the things where on the controller it is, you know, pretty difficult to do. But there's gonna be like this. This one isn't too bad on controller. You know, mostly would be kind of hit fire if someone's close like this. So this one is sort of okay on controller, but not for aiming, only hit fire. Orb target switch, this is another one that's okay. It's not really peripheral wise, you know, controller, keyboard. But what I don't like about it is kind of gotta hold. Like they just don't really despawn like with the shotgun ones. But, you know, this one can help you stay on target. You know, if you're on like high sense, you'd be really flicky. This will help you kind of stay on target. So this one isn't bad, but it, you know, it doesn't recreate a lot of in-game scenarios. Usually, you know, someone's gonna be moving where you need to track them, not just, you know, staying in one spot. But it's not bad. Moving on to the last one, AR dot clicking. This one is pretty beneficial. Now in chapter 5, obviously there's bullet drop, but with this, you know, this is mainly all kind of sensitivity and muscle memory. So even with this, you know, you kind of just one tag, one tag, one tag. Now of course, chapter 5, you know, someone's right here, you're gonna have to lead your shot, but this is good for making those small movements and small adjustments. So that way, if you're trying to aim at someone long range, you're not, you know, flicking all over the place. So that kind of wraps this up. Like I said, anything with a shotgun and a SMG that you're doing separate, you know, do that twice, all for a minute. So, you know, all for the ARs, you're gonna do that once. Everything's for a minute. If you can do 3 and not get bored, go ahead. But for me, I found 1 minute to work the best. So that's my practice routine. It's something I just wanted to show off to help out other players. I know not probably the most professional or well-edited video, but something I wanted to showcase. I'll put the map code into the description as well, in case the video doesn't come out too good. Yeah, that's all.